Hello candidate, welcome to this episode, Learn at Home. It is brought to you by Kampala Parent School and NTV. I'm your teacher, Halum Margaret Okwi, taking you in maths, as you know. So before we go there, I want to remind you on what is taking place in our country, Uganda. Not our country, Uganda only, but in the world as well. We need to keep ourselves protected by sanitizing your hands. You can also wash your hands with clean water and soap. As you have been watching on TV, our president talked about the hankies. I have mine where I'm holding it with the left-hand side. And I also have my gadget here. And when you get this gadget, keep it in a very clean place. Candidates, you have always been used to hugging. That one is not needed now. We have to distance ourselves from now so that we are protected against the coronavirus. Before we go to start, I want you to write in your classwork book, Maths Classwork 1, right there, mental work. I know some of you are not writing because there are those who are always ready. How many people have written? Have you underlined that work, that word? Name the following lines. There is somebody who has not got even a pen. There is line AB, which is going through the center. There is line OC. There is line DE. There is line F. And the last one, point O. Ashley, you're looking at me instead of writing. Concentrate. Time up. Pens down. Now I'm going to write the words on the board. I have told you to put your pens down. I can see somebody again picking a pen. What do you want to write? So we are saying line AB is the diameter. Line OC is the radius. Line DE is the chord. Line F, indicated by some arrows, is the circumference. C-I-R-C-U-M-F-E-R-E-N-C-E, circumference. ' Then the last one is point O. Is the center. Look at the spelling of center properly. The last three letters are T-R-E, not T-E-R. Line A, B is trace line O, C. Line OC is a half line AB. And the distance round is what we call circumference. Learners, today we are going to see what we call pi. At this moment, we don't want cram work. The first thing I want to ask you is, what is pi? What is pi? 1. Pi is the ratio of circumference to the diameter. I repeat, pi is the ratio of circumference to the diameter. 2. Pi is the number of times the diameter fits into the circumference. I also repeat that one. Pi is the number of times this diameter fits into the circumference. I want to write that down. One. Pi is the ratio of circumference to the diameter. That is 1. Then the second one, pi is the number of times the diameter, the number of times the diameter fits into the circumference. But how do we prove that? So it means that this one is now taking us to practical work. So the next thing we are going to is to do practical work. There are always requirements you are supposed to have. 1, the most important one, is the ruler. I want you to be with your pair of divider to transfer your measurement from the book to the ruler. I want you to use round objects. This is 1. Another one is here. These are all round objects. Now, when you have that, the first thing I'm going to do, 1, measure the diameter. Let me start with the circumference. Sorry, we are starting with the circumference of a round object. 2, we move to measure the what? The diameter. Of each object. Then 3, divide the circumference by the diameter. This is my first object. I've named them A, B1, B2. So the first one, this is what I'm going to use as a thread. This one has moved round the circumference. So when I remove it from there, I will place it on a ruler. It will give me 28.9 centimeters. 28.9 centimeters, and that is the circumference. I get another one. This is the one. Here I have 2 in 1. The round part, the outer round part, have named it B1. Then the inner round part have named it as B2. I have done the same thing by making it move round as I have done in the first one. Then after that, I have gone to the ruler, and it has given me 29.3. The same thing I've done to object 3 or B2, whereby I have come with it like this. So when I go back to this one, I was done with the circumference. If I go back to this one, I will get the diameter. The diameter, I will put this as this, and this is the diameter. It has given me 9.19. So, this is what I have done. Let me put for you up here. This is the part you have to understand it properly. The first part, that is, this is the round object. It gave me the circumference as 28.9 centimeters and the diameter as 9.19 centimeters. Have divided 28.9 centimeters by 9.1, and I've come up with this fraction, decimal number. B, I've also done the same thing. After this, have got this one as the diameter, have divided, and come up with this one. The third one, have used a different unit, that is millimeters. Have got here 220 millimeters, 70 millimeters. Let me write here millimeters, not meters. And I've divided and I've got this. We had already reached this part where we were now dividing the circumference by the diameter to get the number of times the diameter fits into the circumference. So we are now going down to our findings. I'm writing here observations. So when we look at these decimal numbers, here we have 3.1447. All these are recurring decimal. 3.14377. And then this one here we have 3.142857. 142857. And the rest of it. Now, we have realized that the diameter fits into the circumference 3 times. That is point number 1. Because I have here 3, here 3, here 3. Then the second point, if we round it off to the nearest 2 decimal places, here the next number here is 4, so we get 3.14. Here if we do this, we get 3.14. And here also when we round it off to the 2 decimal places, we get 3.14. So we say number 2. I'm going direct now. Pi is equal to 3.14 as a decimal number. Pi is equal to 3.14 as a decimal number. I know, there are those who might be asking themselves, now that you have got 3.14 as a decimal number, how do you go to 22? Because some of you have ever met that. But I don't want crumb work. Some of you have ever come to with 22 out of 7. Now we are going to use the last experiment. What have we got there? We have got 3.142857. 142,857. Because this is the recurring decimal. That is what we have got. 142,857, 142,857. But I want to take only this part. At times they give us questions that change or express this recurring decimal to a common fractions. What are we going to do? I'm going to put this. This place value here is tenth. Here is hundredths, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s. Then the last one, where it started repeating itself from, is millions. That is the place value of the last number. Take care of this. Today we want to find out where the 22 out of 7 has come from. So we are moving. So what do we do here? We are going to write this, to pick only this part as 0. We are leaving the whole number. 1, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7. This one, I'm going to write it as a fraction. So let the fraction be y. I know our members who are not now getting tired, they are there, but I'm watching you. So we say this y, which is the fraction, will be 1, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7 out of 1 million minus 1. Whenever we tell you to change 0.333333 to a common fraction, there is a simple method whereby you put 3 out of 10 minus 1. So I'm also doing the same thing here. I have put these numbers out of 1 million minus 1. So what do we get here? We are not in a hurry. We want to get things. 2, 8, 5, 7 out of 999,900. Now, if you were to be what I would tell you, write this denominator in standard notation. Now, we are coming here to reduce. We want to reduce and come up with a fraction. Let us start with, since we have 999 in here, we believe that this number can be divisible by 3. So, by 3 here. What are we going to do? We get here 4 for 12. Remain 2. We bring this one. Get here 7 for 21. Remain with 1. Bring this to get us here 6 for 18. Then here what do we get? 1 and then 9. Is it okay? Then this one here, what do we get? 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. By 3, this one can still be divisible by 3. I don't know. Let us start with the upper one. What do we get here? 1. 1 to this one, what do you get? 5. 5, you remain with 2. What do you have here? 8. 8, you remain with 2, which is giving us here 7. And then what do you have here? 3. Is it okay? So by 3 here, we have here 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. By 3 again. Get here. What do we have? 5. What do we have here? 5 and what? What do we have? 5, 2, 9, 1. And here can still be divisible because when you add 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, it gives you a multiple of 3, which can still. So I get here 3, get here 7, 0, 3, 7. Oh. Here we have 1. Here we have 7. This number 5,291, if you multiply by 7, you get it. So let us divide this. When you multiply by 7, you get this. So 5,291 divided by 5,291, you get 1. And here, what do we get? We get 7. So this one is giving us 1 out of 7. We had left our 3 somewhere. So now we say 3 plus 1 out of 7 will give us 3 and 1 out of 7. Clap for Mrs. Okwi. I know some people are really excited there. That is how we come up with our 3 and 1 out of 7 as pi. And this 3 and 1 out of 7, when you change it to an improper fraction, you will get 22 out of 7. That is it. So our pi as a decimal number is 3.14. As a mixed number is 3 and 1 out of 7. Because at times they tell you to get something and they put pi in brackets. So when they put for you 3 and 1 out of 7, it means you are to change it. So this one, pi equals 3 and 1 out of 7, or 22 out of 7. That is our pi. Now, immediately we get the pi, we are now able to get the circumference. We are now going direct to finding the circumference. That is what we were waiting for. We are now going direct to find the circumference. When given diameter. Because without pi, we would not come here. Now we are moving to this. And this is what we were looking for. We would not be able to get the circumference without pi. But now, as we go to get the circumference, how do we get the circumference? We have now known that circumference divided by the diameter will give us pi. Now, we want the circumference. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? We want the circumference. So, we are going to make circumference. I'm even writing it there. Make circumference to be the subject. So now we come and we say circumference divided by diameter is equal to pi. Make circumference to be the subject. Make circumference to be the subject. That is to make C to be alone on one side. We are going to multiply both sides. Out of D times D will give us pi times D. D divided by D, you get 1. Any number divided by that number, you get 1. That's why Mrs. Okwi is saying D divided by D, you get 1. Here also you get 1. So C times 1, you get C, which is giving us pi D. Highlight this part. This is our formula. Highlight it. I know some of you might be having colored pencils there. We have always shaded or colored our formula. That is the formula for getting the circumference. And we are going to use it direct. Yeah. I know after giving you this, some of you are now eager. And some of you had forgotten to remind me, dear. You have to do that. That's why I'm also doing it. I want you to copy exactly what I'm doing. So before we went for the word for the rest, there was a number I had given you. It is already on the board. Find the circumference of a circle whose diameter is 10 centimeters. I've always told you that when you find a number where you are not sure of where it is going to end, draw this line so that you move with it that side. So what are we going to do? Since we now have the formula here, we are going to say circumference equals pi D, which is going to be equal to pi first times D. Now, which pi are we going to use? Let us use 3.14. 0.14 times 10 centimeters. When you get a decimal number, write that decimal number as a fraction to simplify your work. So we are going to say 314 out of 100 times 10 centimeters. Reduce this 0 so that we come up with 314 times 1 centimeter out of 10, which is giving us 314 centimeters out of 10. The moment the number of zeros always tells us the number of decimal places. How many decimal places do we have here? I believe that some of you now, you know it. Here, we'll move here. So this will give us 31.4 centimeters. That is our number 1. Let me give you number 2. Find the circumference whose diameter is 1 out of 2 centimeters. Ha! There you are. This one was a simple number. Now the other one. What are we going to do? Find the circumference whose diameter is 1/2 centimeter. There you are. Let's move. We are going to apply the same formula. We say circumference equals pi d, which is going to be equal to pi times d. So here we said find the circumference whose diameter is 1 out of 2 centimeters. Here we say circumference equals pi d, which is going to be equal to 3.14 times 1 out of 2 centimeter. Write this as a fraction. 314 out of 100 times 1 out of 2 centimeters. Common factors is 2. 2 here, once by 2, we get 157. So 157 times 1 centimeter out of 100, which is giving us 157 centimeters out of 100. What do we have here? So we have 1.57 centimeters. That is the circumference. So I'm giving you the last example where we are going to use pi as 22 out of 7. So we say calculate the circumference of diameter is 42 centimeters. Here we are going to use pi as 22 out of 7. Since we know that 42 is a multiple of 7. So we say circumference equals pi d, which is giving us pi times d, which is giving us 22 out of 7 times 42 centimeters. Who can reduce for me? That's good. By 7, 1, by 7 here, 4, 6. So we have 22 times 6 centimeters. 6 times 2, what do you get? Yes, 12, write 2, carry 1. 6 times 2 again, 12, plus the 1 you have carried, don't forget it, will give us 13. What is the unit? Centimeters. So now, I've given you, this is exactly what I want you to do. I've given you 3 examples. Underline your answers. Underline this. I believe maybe some of you are saying, teacher, you have not underlined your work, but I've done it. I have done it. So now, after giving you this, I want to give you some work. I want to leave you with some work. I'm going to wrap the first example so that I'm able to write. Can I wrap this one? So that I'm able to write for you the work. I want to leave you with some few numbers. I know some of you are very eager now to what? To do the work. Some of you are really eager to do the work. Calculate the circumference of a circle when the diameter is A, 20 centimeters, B, 5 centimeters, C, 30 centimeters, then D, 100 centimeters. Let me use decimeter here. That is number 1. Number 2, number 1, I want you to use pi as 3.14. Number 2, find the circumference of a circle whose diameter is A, 14 centimeters, B, 2.1 centimeters, C, 35 centimeters, D, 0.7 centimeters. So this is what you are supposed to do. I want to keep you busy. As you know, the holiday is long, so you might have already completed your holiday package. This is the work I leave you with. I know you are done with your holiday package. So we want to make you busy giving you this and keep protecting yourself. I'm Margaret Okwi. Bye.
To participate, send a short WhatsApp video of yourself asking the teacher a question about the topic to 0705 031 609.